If you want to build a business that lasts, your first priority should not be maximizing revenue. Your first priority should be making sure your business never runs out of cash. In this video, you will learn how to start a business and never run out of cash. Step number 1, build your survival number. Before you think about how much money your business can make, you need to understand how much money your business must have in order to survive. This is what I call your survival number. Most entrepreneurs start with revenue goals. They say things like, I want to make $100,000 this year, or I want to reach $1 million in sales. While goals are important, they do not tell you how much cash you actually need to keep the doors open. Your survival number is the minimum amount of monthly cash required to cover all essential expenses. This includes rent, utilities, software subscriptions, internet services, insurance, employee salaries, contractor fees, inventory purchases, marketing costs, loan payments, taxes, and even your personal living expenses if the business is your primary source of income. Once you calculate this number, everything changes. You stop making emotional decisions and start making strategic decisions. You begin evaluating expenses differently because you understand exactly how much cash must flow into the business each month. One of the smartest things you can do is create 3 financial scenarios. The first is your best case scenario, where sales arrive quickly and customers pay on time. The second is your realistic scenario, based on average expectations. The third is your worst case scenario, where sales are slower than expected and expenses are higher than planned. Most businesses fail because they only prepare for the best case scenario. Smart business owners build their plans around the worst case scenario. If your business can survive difficult periods, it becomes much stronger. Another important exercise is calculating your runway. Runway measures how many months your business can operate before cash runs out. If your monthly expenses are $5,000 and you have $30,000 in available cash, you have 6 months of runway. If expenses increase or sales decline, that runway shrinks. Understanding this number gives you clarity and helps you avoid unnecessary spending. The goal in the early stages is not to look successful. The goal is to stay alive long enough to become successful. Every decision should support that objective. Step number 2, master the deposit formula. One of the most powerful cash flow strategies that many entrepreneurs ignore is collecting money before delivering the final product or service. Most new business owners do the exact opposite. They spend money first, complete the work, deliver the product, send an invoice, and then wait weeks or even months to get paid. This creates enormous financial pressure because the business is constantly funding customer projects out of its own pocket. A much smarter approach is to build what I call the deposit formula into your business model. Whenever possible, collect a portion of the payment before work begins. Service businesses can require deposits before starting projects. Consultants can charge upfront fees. Agencies can use monthly retainers. Manufacturers can require advance payments before production starts. E-commerce businesses already benefit from immediate payment collection because customers pay before products are shipped. Deposits solve several major problems at once. First, they improve cash flow by bringing money into the business earlier. Second, they reduce financial risk because customers have already committed to the project. Third, they help identify serious buyers. Customers who are unwilling to make a reasonable deposit are often the same customers who become difficult during the project. Another important benefit is that deposits can finance growth. Many successful companies grow without taking on large amounts of debt because customer deposits help fund inventory, labor, equipment, and operational expenses. Think about the difference between receiving $10,000 after completing a project versus receiving $5,000 before starting and the remaining balance after completion. The revenue may be identical, but the cash flow experience is completely different. As your company grows, this principle becomes even more important because growth often increases expenses before revenue arrives. More customers usually require more staff, more inventory, more software, and more resources. Without a system that brings cash into the business quickly, growth itself can become a financial burden. Always look for ways to shorten the gap between providing value and receiving payment. The smaller that gap becomes, the stronger your business becomes. Step number 3, operate like a lean machine. Many entrepreneurs make the mistake of building a large company before they have proven demand in the market. They rent expensive office space, purchase furniture, hire employees, buy equipment, invest in premium software, and spend heavily on branding before they have enough customers. While these decisions may make the business appear impressive from the outside, they often create dangerous financial pressure behind the scenes. The better approach is to operate like a lean machine. A lean machine is a business designed to generate maximum value while maintaining the lowest practical level of fixed expenses. This does not mean being cheap, it means being efficient. In the beginning, every dollar matters because every dollar extends your runway and increases your flexibility. Work from home if possible. Use freelancers instead of full-time employees until demand becomes consistent. Rent equipment instead of purchasing it outright. Start with simple software solutions and upgrade only when necessary. Focus on generating revenue before increasing overhead. One of the most common mistakes business owners make is confusing appearance with performance. Customers rarely care how expensive your office is or how fancy your equipment looks. What they care about is whether you solve their problem effectively. When expenses stay low, your business gains a tremendous advantage. You can survive slower sales periods. You can experiment with marketing. You can adjust pricing. You can recover from mistakes. Businesses with high overhead often lose this flexibility because they are constantly under pressure to generate enough revenue just to cover expenses. Before making any purchase, ask yourself a simple question. Will this directly help generate revenue, improve customer satisfaction, or increase operational efficiency? If the answer is no, delay the expense. Many successful companies spent years operating lean before expanding. They focused on serving customers, improving products, and building cash reserves rather than trying to impress people. The goal is to create a business that is financially strong, not one that simply looks successful from the outside. Step number 4, win the cash conversion race. Most business owners focus heavily on sales numbers, but the smartest business owners focus on the speed at which cash moves through the business. This is what I call the cash conversion race. The objective is simple. Get cash into the business faster than it leaves. Every day that money sits trapped inside inventory. Unpaid invoices, unfinished projects, or slow-moving products creates financial pressure. Imagine a company that makes a sale today but does not receive payment for 60 days. During those 60 days, the business still has to pay employees, suppliers, rent, and operating expenses. This creates a cash gap that can become dangerous as the company grows. The solution is to improve the speed of cash movement throughout the business. Send invoices immediately after work is completed. Follow up consistently on outstanding payments. Offer multiple payment options to make paying easier for customers. Reduce excess inventory. Avoid purchasing more stock than necessary. Negotiate favorable payment terms with suppliers whenever possible. Automate billing and collections where appropriate. Every small improvement creates a cumulative effect. If customers pay 10 days faster, cash enters the business sooner. If inventory sells faster, less money remains tied up in stock. If supplier payments can be delayed without penalties, more cash remains available for growth. Think of cash as water flowing through a system of pipes. If the flow remains smooth, everything works efficiently. When blockages appear, problems begin. Business owners often assume revenue growth automatically solves financial problems. But revenue growth alone does not guarantee healthy cash flow. In many cases, poor cash conversion creates problems even in rapidly growing companies. The faster you can convert business activity into actual cash, the stronger and more resilient your company becomes. Another important part of winning the cash conversion race is understanding that not all revenue has the same value. Many business owners become excited when they land a large customer or a major contract, but they fail to analyze how that revenue affects cash flow. A customer who pays immediately is often more valuable than a larger customer who takes 90 days to pay. This is because fast-paying customers help fund daily operations and reduce the need for external financing. As your business grows, start tracking customer payment behavior. Identify which customers consistently pay on time and which customers regularly create delays. Over time, you may discover that some customers generate revenue but create unnecessary cash flow pressure. Smart business owners build systems that reward fast payments and discourage late payments. This can include early payment discounts, automatic payment options, recurring billing arrangements, and clear payment expectations from the beginning of the relationship. You should also regularly review where cash becomes trapped inside your business. Sometimes money is sitting in excess inventory that has not sold for months. Sometimes it is tied up in products with low demand. Sometimes it is locked inside projects that take too long to complete. Every dollar trapped in these areas is a dollar that cannot be used to hire employees, launch marketing campaigns, purchase equipment, or invest in growth opportunities. Make it a habit to review your business every month and ask a simple question: how can I make cash move faster? Businesses that continually improve the speed of cash movement often outperform competitors, even when those competitors generate higher sales revenue. Cash velocity is one of the most overlooked advantages in business, yet it can become one of the strongest drivers of long-term financial stability and growth. Step number 5. Create the money fortress. One of the simplest yet most effective financial systems is separating your money into dedicated accounts. Many entrepreneurs use a single bank account for everything. Revenue arrives, bills get paid, taxes are ignored until later, and savings are often non-existent. This creates confusion and increases financial stress. Instead, create what I call a money fortress. Start by establishing an operating account for day-to-day business expenses. This account covers payroll, rent, subscriptions, marketing, and normal operating costs. Next, create a separate tax account. Every time money enters the business, immediately move a percentage into this account. Many business owners accidentally spend tax money because it sits in the same account as operating cash. When tax deadlines arrive, they face major financial problems. A dedicated tax account eliminates this risk. Finally, create a reserve account. This account serves as your emergency fund and long-term protection system. Every month, move a portion of profits into this account. Over time, it becomes one of the most valuable assets in your business. Unexpected events happen in every industry. Equipment breaks, economic conditions change, customers cancel contracts. Emergencies occur. Businesses with reserves can absorb these challenges without panic. Businesses without reserves often struggle to survive. Ideally, work toward building at least 3 to 6 months of operating expenses in reserves. The larger the reserve becomes, the greater your financial confidence. A strong reserve account gives you options. It allows you to invest in opportunities, survive downturns, and make decisions from a position of strength rather than desperation. Another powerful habit that strengthens your money fortress is creating spending boundaries before money arrives. Most businesses make financial decisions after revenue comes in, which often leads to emotional spending. When sales are strong, owners feel optimistic and begin approving purchases that seemed unnecessary only a few weeks earlier. New furniture, upgraded equipment, additional software subscriptions, and other non-essential expenses slowly start consuming cash. The problem is that business conditions can change quickly, but those expenses often remain. Instead of deciding how to spend money after receiving it, decide in advance how every dollar will be allocated. This creates consistency and removes emotion from financial management. Step number 6, lock in every profit dollar. Many entrepreneurs work incredibly hard to increase revenue, yet they never seem to build real wealth. The reason is simple. Every increase in revenue is matched by an increase in spending. Sales grow, expenses grow. Revenue doubles, costs rise. Years pass and the business owner still feels financially vulnerable. To avoid this trap, implement what I call the profit lock. The concept is straightforward. Whenever profits increase, save a portion before spending anything else. Do not wait until the end of the year. Do not rely on discipline alone. Create a system that automatically captures a percentage of profits. This approach changes how the business grows. Instead of allowing expenses to consume every dollar of progress, you begin building financial strength with every successful month. Over time, profit savings accumulate into substantial reserves. Those reserves create security, flexibility, and future opportunities. Another benefit of the profit lock is that it forces smarter spending decisions. When every dollar is not immediately available, you become more selective about investments and expenses. You focus on activities that generate measurable returns rather than unnecessary spending. Many entrepreneurs mistakenly believe that growing revenue is the same as building wealth. It is not. Wealth is created by keeping a meaningful portion of what you earn. The businesses that survive for decades understand this principle. They consistently generate profits and consistently protect those profits. Financial success is rarely the result of one huge breakthrough. More often, it is the result of thousands of disciplined decisions repeated over many years. It is also valuable to celebrate efficiency, not just growth. Many entrepreneurs celebrate record sales months while ignoring whether those sales produced meaningful profits. A business that increases profits by 10% while maintaining stable expenses is often in a stronger position than a business that increases revenue by 50% while barely improving profitability. Sustainable success comes from creating a business that keeps more of what it earns. Step number 7, predict the future before it happens. The final step is developing the habit of forecasting. Most financial problems do not appear overnight. They develop slowly and leave warning signs long before they become emergencies. The problem is that many business owners are too focused on today's bank balance to notice what is coming. Successful entrepreneurs think differently. They constantly look ahead. Every week, review the next 90 days of expected business activity. Estimate incoming revenue. Estimate expenses. Review payroll obligations. Consider tax payments, inventory purchases, marketing campaigns, debt payments, and large upcoming investments. By creating a forward-looking view of your finances, you can identify potential cash shortages before they occur. This gives you time to act. You may decide to increase sales efforts, delay non-essential purchases, accelerate collections, negotiate supplier terms, or reduce expenses. Forecasting transforms surprises into manageable situations. Imagine driving a car while only looking directly in front of the hood. That would be dangerous. Yet many business owners manage finances exactly this way. They react to problems after they occur instead of preparing for them beforehand. A simple spreadsheet is often enough to begin forecasting. The goal is not perfection, the goal is visibility. As you continue forecasting, patterns become easier to recognize. You begin identifying seasonal trends, revenue cycles, customer behavior patterns, and recurring expenses. This knowledge helps you make better decisions and maintain stronger cash flow throughout the year. The most financially stable businesses are not necessarily the ones with the highest revenue. They are often the ones with the best visibility into the future. If you found this video helpful, then like, share, and subscribe this channel to get future videos. Thank you for watching this video.